Hello eco-conscious enthusiasts, welcome to our electrifying journey through the global electric vehicle revolution. Today, we're diving into the electrifying past, present, and future of EVs. Buckle up because it's going to be an electrifying ride. EVs first hit the streets in the 1890s. However, they lost appeal globally by the early 20th century due to its high cost, low top speed and short range when compared to internal combustion engine vehicles. Fast forward to today. Interests in EVs return due to growing concerns over the environmental damages caused by emissions of ICE vehicles and sustainability of the current hydrocarbon-based transportation infrastructure. Quantum leaps in technologies have led to transformation of EV from slow movers to speed demons. Thanks to the likes of Tesla, costs have also been drastically reduced over time. Tesla's genius move, targeting enthusiasts and the high-end market from 2008 to 2016, the more affordable Model 3 in 2017, turned the masses into Tesla fanatics. As Tesla geared up for a major China launch in 2020, their stock price skyrocketed a jaw-dropping 34.1 times, from $11.90 in June 2019 to $414.50 in November 2021. Impressive, right? For an in-depth look at Tesla and other EV leaders, stay tuned for Part 2, coming soon. EVs aren't just cool. They're essential for our planet's survival. Fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial practices crank up greenhouse gases like CO2 and methane, cranking up Earth's temperature, and unleashing more frequent and intense extreme weather events.
In the last decade, more than 150 million people lost their homes to extreme weather events. Fires, heat waves, typhoons, tornadoes, flooding, everything is connected. And the race is on to better understand the dynamics of our planet's natural forces.
Mother Nature's been sending signals. Swapping ICE cars for EVs is one step toward shrinking our carbon footprint. Meet the Mythbusters, the Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) of the USA. They've tackled 7 EV myths, but we're focusing on the 2 that matter most for our climate. Myth number 1. EVs worsen climate change due to power plant emissions. Myth number 2. EVs are worse for the climate due to battery manufacturing. But guess what? EPA gives both myths a big no. Massachusetts Institute of Technology steps in with the carbon counter, letting us compare carbon footprints. Tesla Model 3, our EV representative, blows the competition out of the water with less than half the life cycle emissions of its ICE rivals. Let's dive into the heart of an EV, the battery. It's like the powerhouse, making up about 30% of the total cost. Good news, the cost has been dropping. In 2010, it gobbled up half the budget. All batteries follow the same rulebook, producing a flow of ions, charged atoms, through an electrolyte from anode to cathode while discharging. The flow is reversed during recharging. Anodes, usually made of graphite, control how fast a battery charges. Cathodes, made of various materials, call the shots on cost and energy storage capacity. In the EV world, two cathode champs duke it out. NMC cathodes, with its lithium nickel manganese cobalt mix, have higher energy density and are better suited for applications where weight and space are critical. LFP cathodes, made of lithium, iron, and phosphate, have longer cycle life and are safer, making them more suitable for applications where reliability and safety are important. Guess who's boss? China. With a 75% grip on NMC cathode production, LG Energy Solution and Samsung SDI the Korean Squad, supply NMC cathodes for most Western EVs, favored for their longer range. But wait, there's more. China's got the crown in LFP batteries too, boasting 99% of global output. Thanks to improvements in energy density, its higher safety levels, and its lower cost compared with NMC cells, as well as manufacturing breakthroughs, LFP's market share in China has skyrocketed from 18% to 60% in just 3 years. Chinese manufacturers have cracked the LFP code, making it affordable and scalable, giving the West some food for thought. Now, China's the battery kingpin. They control every aspect from raw materials to anodes, cathodes, and cells. Toyota and QuantumScape have teased us with solid-state batteries, purportedly the game changer, but no working prototypes yet. Toyota claims its solid-state battery will power a range of 1,200 kilometers and can be recharged in around 10 minutes. It plans to start manufacturing such solid-state battery as early as 2027. But here's the real deal. Contemporary Amperex Technology CATL, a Chinese powerhouse that makes more than a third of the world's EV batteries, has launched a semi-solid-state battery with 500 Wh per kilogram energy density. CATL expects mass production of the battery by late 2023. Solid-state batteries might be able to reach 600 Wh per kilogram or beyond. But CATL is quietly leading the charge. According to a recent South China Morning Post article, EVs start their journey with a higher carbon debt than ICE vehicles due to the additional emissions generated during the mining and refining of battery materials, such as nickel, cobalt, and lithium. That's not all. Emissions also sprout during the production of electricity in the country, where the EV and its battery are made and charged. The European Federation for Transport and Environment, TNE, says coal accounts for more than 60% of China's power generation, so a medium-sized Chinese EV starts life with a carbon debt nearly twice that of a similar ICE vehicle. But don't lose hope. Once EVs hit the road, they're like carbon superheroes, slashing emissions, even though EV motors are way more efficient than traditional engines and sip less energy per kilometer. It takes them around 5,000 to 60,000 kilometers to repay their carbon debt, compared to an ICE car. As for the speed of payback, it's a dance with the electricity supply's carbon footprint. A made-in-China EV, juiced up in renewable energy-rich Sweden, pays its debt at least 3 times faster than one charged in coal-heavy Poland. Deloitte China's study shows that, over their life cycle, EVs can slash emissions by 25 to 45% compared to ICE vehicles, even in coal-loving China. Charging infrastructure is key to the widespread adoption of EVs. While home charging is cool, public chargers are crucial for the convenience and accessibility we crave, especially in crowded urban areas. They are increasingly necessary to enable wider EV uptake. Guess what? By the end of 2022, there were a whopping 2.7 million public charging points worldwide, with over 900,000 added in 2022 alone. That's a jaw-dropping 55% jump from the 2021 stock, comparable to the pre-pandemic growth rate of 50% between 2015 and 2019. But hold on to your seats. China stole the show again, outperforming Europe and the USA in the number of charging points installed by the end of 2022. Deployment of public charging infrastructure in anticipation of growth in EV sales is critical for widespread EV adoption. Countries such as China, Korea, and the Netherlands have maintained fewer than 10 EVs per charger throughout past years. In countries that rely heavily on public charging, the number of publicly accessible chargers has been expanding at a speed that largely matches EV deployment. In some markets with widespread availability of home charging, the number of EVs per public charging point can be even higher. For example, in the United States, the ratio of EVs per charger is 24. Perhaps more important, then the number of public chargers available is the total public charging power capacity per EV. Given that fast chargers can serve more EVs than slow chargers, China's number of 3.46 looks good versus EU's 1.18 and US's 0.82. And with that, we wrap up part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll dive deep into the leading EV players and the electrifying future of this industry. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thanks for tuning in.